Hi, I'm Trent Gustus with Keller Williams Realty. After being in the real estate business for 13 years, I've watched the market go up and down. Today we're going to look at the overall real estate market.
Well, looking at the overall market, what you can see here is that the average sale price is up to 462 from 448 in October. Now, that's not that meaningful. It might just mean that people are buying more expensive homes. But we can see last year in November, we had 428 opposed to 462. So people are buying homes that are $30,000 more, a little bit more than $30,000 more than they were last year. That doesn't necessarily mean that each neighborhood, the prices have gone up substantially. We're going to look at that a little bit later in the video. We'll show you what average sale prices per square foot are going for, and that really is the real story. But our numbers of sales were actually up here. They fell off of October. So in October we had 2,600 sales, and in November we did 2,200. But we're still up almost looks like 370 units from last year at the same time. So definitely a better market in November than last year. We added 2,500 listings, which is a little bit better than last year. So people are inspired by the market. They're putting their houses on the market. Not as many as in October. So in October we had 3,600 new listings in October. So our inventory is sitting at a low number of 6,700 listings at this particular time. And the reason why I say that's low is because with our populations being about 1.4 million people, around that number, 6,700 listings certainly isn't a lot of listings for the buyers that are out there. So the sellers tend to pull off the market at this particular time, and there's still buyers there, and they want to buy houses. Of course, there's less for them to see. So this might be a good time to get a better price for your property. Our median sales prices are definitely up as well. That means where most people are buying is 30,000 higher than last year. Average days on market is a little bit faster, 48 as opposed to 49. That's about the same as last month, and definitely 10 days faster than last year. So when we look at average days on market, that was about 98 days on market, and sales to new listings is 73%. And the reason why that number has gone up is because, of course, the number of new listings has gone down. So there's a number of listings that are dropping off the market and they're not reappearing, which is they may reappear in the spring or in January, February. So we're going to talk about each different quadrant of the city and what it's doing next.
To make our stats a little bit more accurate, we're going to divide the city into different quadrants. We're going to look at the northeast section first, the northwest section. The southwest section, what we're talking about is Springbank, Discovery, Aspen, those areas. The deep south, the southwest and the southeast, and inner city.
So in the northeast, last year we had 176 sold listings in November. This year 213. So that's a substantial increase for the northeast. And we can see that the average list price was 329,900. And the average list price last year was $299, so that's up significantly. The square footage very close to being the same size on the average square footage and median square footage. They're all about the same. But the big story is really always price per square foot and sales price per square foot. And we can see that on the average sale price per square foot, we're up about $30 a foot on that size of house. And on the median, we're actually up about the same, about $30 a foot, which means that sellers are getting definitely more money for their houses. Now, this year they're selling in 32 days. Last year they're selling in 37. So that's the real story here. Average sale price up 320, but that's less significant, of course, than the sale price per square foot. So people are getting more per square foot for their houses. That means that the sale price is actually up, not just that people are buying more expensive homes. So looking at the market in the northeast from a supply point of view, we can see we got 296 active listings, and I eliminated the large acreage properties that really don't fit into our category here. And as opposed to 213 sales last month, you can see we've got a little bit over a 1 month supply, a month and a half supply, which is actually not that many homes. Now the homes that are available and left on the market now are priced at $359 on a median price and $373 on average list price. And you can see here that those are well above the previous listing prices at $329, which were successful asking prices, and $338 was the average. But the bigger story is always the list price per square foot. And as you can see on the median homes, $287. It looks to me like we got about $5 a foot higher asking prices on the ones that are left on the market in this area, and on the average quite a bit more, almost $10 a foot, or actually it looks like it's about $7 a foot. So that stretches out a little bit further. So what this means is that the homes on the market are a little bit higher priced than the ones that were previously sold as far as an asking price point of view. So I guess how that affects you is that you'd know if you were purchasing in the area, you'd know that these homes are a little bit higher priced and maybe a little overpriced, or the finishing quality is a little bit higher in some of these properties. Okay, so now we're going to move to the northwest section of the city. Okay, so for November in the Northwest, we've actually got 248 sales last year. This year we're up to 300 sales, which means that's 50 more sales in the month. That's pretty big. And what's more noticeable is that the average sale price, or the median sale price, where most people are buying, is up a whopping almost 40,000. That's quite a jump from last year in November. Having said that, the price per square foot that the sales were at was actually about $15 a foot higher than last year. So the market is definitely up per square foot. People are paying, $15 more a square foot on the median, which is where most people are purchasing, and almost $20 a foot on the average higher. And we see that when people are buying a little bit bigger homes, but not much. It's about the same as it was. So the market's pretty strong in the Northwest still, and the sales are definitely up from last year. So looking at the amount of inventory that's available on the market compared to what's sold, you see that of course last month we had 300 sales last month. We have 469 active listings. Now on those properties, looks like we've got the larger group, the higher square footage homes that are ones that are currently mostly left on the market at 1965 square feet. And our average list price is $623. And it's priced at $319 a square foot on the average and $289 for the median. So when we look at where the sales were actually at, sales were smaller than that, 200 square feet smaller. And also the list prices of those homes were listed at less per square foot. So that what that means is that really the buying group is really on the lower priced homes, and also on the smaller homes. There's a large amount of buyers there. And what's left on the market is larger square footage, and it's priced higher than the sales price per square foot, which means that some of the sellers are still holding out for more money. Now, and they're at 469 listings, which is about a month and a half supply. Now, when we just looked at the Northeast, it's quite a different story when we think that there's only a little bit more than a month's supply of properties on the market. Now going into December, market's going to probably be less viewers on the market in December than there was in November. Doesn't mean that we won't have sales, but these people that have been trying to get their prices out here in this market for the higher prices when you consider that the sales are really just below 5 and most of the average listings are above 6. These properties are a little bit harder to sell, and they're on the market a little bit longer. So now we're going to move on to the southwest section of the market, not the deep southwest, but everything is down as far as Discovery and everything west of Sarcee, which means that it's not considered the inner city. Okay, so in the southwest, west of Sarcee, we're looking at 73 sales, and you might think we're looking at seeing double here, but 73 sales last year in November in the area, and 73 this year, exactly the same amount of sales. Now the prices, this is where everything is different. Okay, so our median price this year, where most people are buying, was 600 was actually 681 was the sales price, and the sales price last year was 613. So people are definitely spending more money. Now those sales prices per square foot are $317 a foot as opposed to $300 a foot last year. So definitely up per square foot. Also, the size is also up as well. So we're looking at about 100 square feet bigger on the median. Now, when you look at the average sale, though, almost identical in the same size that they're selling, but we're up about $30 a foot on average. Now, the average includes the high-end properties, which often skew these numbers quite a bit when we start to see that we got a property here at sold at $2 million in the month, and it's sold it's sold at $704 a square foot as opposed to $634. So this changes your average more than it changes the median. So if you really want to look at the median prices, that's probably a little bit closer for you to figure out exactly what's going on. That's where most people are purchasing. But definitely the market's up when we look at the cost per square foot, and the people are buying more expensive homes as well. So definitely a good market up there as well. Now, when it comes to inventory in this area, it's an entirely different story. Almost 3 months inventory out there, and that inventory is definitely higher priced than on average. So the median price for what the inventory is out there is just a little bit over $1 million, and that they're asking $389 a foot, as opposed to what was really selling at $321, and their highest asking was $350. So it means that the builders, developers, and all other properties that are some of the properties out there, they're asking much higher prices than the market's really willing to bear, and they're being on the market for a long time. As far as if you're looking for a higher end home, this might be your time to be trying to negotiate up in this particular area, only because we see that a little bit higher price per square foot available out here. If you've got a home that's available right now, and you want to sell that house, it's probably, because of the new inventory, it's probably not going to change much in the next little while because there is so many listings. It's going to, even though our market's actually quite hot, I don't think it's going to be better in the next couple of years. I think more of the inventory is going to be built up. Also, this inventory is all sitting at 2,500 square feet as the median and 26 as the average. So it is our larger square footage properties that are the ones that are currently left on the market, and some of the smaller homes are where the real numbers or real sales are. Now we're going to talk about the Deep South. We're going to include areas like Silverado, Cranston, Auburn Bay, all of these areas, Copperfield, and these all areas seem to have a little bit of parity as far as how they compete with each other, and we're going to do an overall average on this area. So in the Deep South, we've got 273 homes sold last year in November, and in this year 310. So market, definitely some more sales, and the market's up in this area per square foot, not as much as some of the other areas, but we are up. So the average sale price per square foot was up about $11 a foot, not as high as some of the neighborhoods that we've seen or some of the quadrants we've seen. And our average sale price is $468, and last year was $444. So definitely up there, like about $20,000 on the average sale price. But always the stronger number is to know the sales price per square foot. That really tells us the real story of what's happening. So days on market, 28 days on market on average for the median, and 38 for the average. And it's almost beats last year by 10 days. So it means everything's selling a little bit quicker. And the square footage is about the same. So everything is about the same that way. But our ask prices are definitely up a little bit. So the list prices on our median was $449 this year. Last year was $399. So definitely up there on the market. And we had actually, to change our averages, we actually had a high sale price of $2.5 million down in the Deep South there. So that made our averages up. So this average here would be a lesser number to really look at as far as average sale price. And so our median really tells the story, and that's up, like I say, a little bit, around a little over $10 a foot. So that's pretty good. That means that the market's up down south, and there's lots of new listings down there. So let's look at the active. Okay, for November, we've got, of course, we had 310 sold listings last month, and we've got 452 active listings down there currently right now. And these homes are a little bit bigger, the ones that are on the market. They're at 1971 square feet for the median, and average is about 1951, very closely matched. But you can see that the list price is definitely much higher. It's the sales are on these homes that are listed from 449 to 476, but the current properties that are on the market, they're about 522 to 590, which means that most of the homes that are currently left on the market, a little bit higher priced homes, and those homes are all priced at 200. The median is where the most of the homes are, $278 a square foot, above where the real sale prices are at 268. So not only is our average are these average bigger homes, they're asking more per square foot, like $10 more per foot than the ones that actually sold, which is significant, which means that's a significant increase in what they're asking for their properties. So that might mean that some of the higher end homes are the ones that are currently on the market, but it also means that the finishing quality might be higher in some of these homes, but they're also the bigger homes as well. Or there's also some in there that are just maybe priced well above where the market, where they really should be. But definitely things are up, down, way down in the deep south. The next report will be the inner city market. So for our inner city report, we've got 218 sold last year in November, and this year 251. So definitely more sales. And average sales price per square foot, $437 this year, and last year was $420. So we're up about $17 a square foot. And it's interesting. The median price is the same exactly as last year. So people are the most of the list prices are being around the $599, but the actual sales price, median sales price was $593. The median is where most people are purchasing, and this year is actually $592, which is kind of interesting that that's down. But that's an average sales price. Remember, people actually got more money for their houses because those houses were smaller. So that means that the market's definitely up there. And the median price, we're talking about the average price, was $691 on the sales price, and this year is $692. So anybody that said that the sales prices aren't up would be wrong in this particular instance, because our average square foot price is definitely up to $466 when the average sale price. So what that means is that people are buying homes, they're buying smaller homes, and they're paying more per square foot. That's an interesting statistic. So that's why that's the lesson here. When you're hearing average price per square foot, when you're hearing average sales prices, those are really not indicative of what's happening in the market. And here's testimony to it right here. And what this means is that the market is definitely up. And look at our average sale price, $466 to $439. So that's up over $20 a foot, which means that the market is really good down in the inner city. And look at our average days on market, 47 days on market last year, 23 days this year. So definitely a good market downtown. We'll look at the active listings next. So from our supply point of view, we've got 663 listings available on the market and 251 sales last month. So that tells us we've got at least a 2-month supply and a little bit more. And what's on the market currently, average list price or median list price is $839, and our median list price was $599. What does that tell you? That tells you that currently what's left on the market is larger homes and higher priced, and they're priced at $467 a square foot. And the homes that were actually selling were listed at $451. That tells you that what's left on the market is typically higher end homes, or the higher price group that's available. When we look at the averages, 2,088 square feet is the average size of the home on the market, and that's priced at $1 million, 1.1 million. And where the sales were is what, 714, well above that. Again, list price per square foot, 526 is the average, and the average was 480 from what's sold. So that tells you a lot. That tells you that people are, what's left on the market is just generally priced higher, and that's either for one of two reasons: either it's overpriced, or it's higher end finishings, and it doesn't sell quite as quickly. But our top end listing, 8.5 million.
Back when I started selling real estate, over 90% of the homes I sold were expired listings or homes that other agents couldn't sell. During that time, I learned from my clients the many frustrations that they had selling their homes.
Yeah, we had the home about twice with some other agencies, and they couldn't sell the house. We don't know why. It's a beautiful house.
There was not any interest shown at all in our home by anybody that came and viewed it.
Too many of the other MLS realtors who'd come and show the house, they wouldn't have a clue. We didn't get any feedback on our showings.
Last time our house was in the market about 3 months and we've never got any offers.
It's for these reasons I have a very detailed approach on the way I sell my clients' homes. But here's what my clients had to say.
I am a client of Trent Gustus. The reason I'm talking to you today is because I don't want any of you to have to go through the trouble and frustration that we had to in trying to sell our home for the last 4 months. And thanks to Trent, we were able to sell it within 3 days, and I can't tell you how happy I am about that. And now I have no stress. Thanks so much, Trent.
We had our house on the market last year for about 6 months, right, Bruce?
Correct.
And it's a high-end house. It's across the street from the park. It was listed at $1,299,000, and we just really didn't get any offers or any traction on the house, and we couldn't figure out why. Our realtor was really good, really nice guy, but we were asking him for more of a marketing plan for the house, and it just didn't seem to come. So in August, we took the house off the market, and we decided to relist the house in January, yeah. And at that point in time, I remember seeing a brochure that Trent had done up, and it just came in the mail. And that brochure from his company explained how he used video from a marketing perspective and all these other marketing techniques to actually move your house on the market. And we were really impressed with it. So we gave him a call, and Trent came in. And after we had a short conversation with him, we interviewed 3 other realtors, by the way, and none of them had the marketing strategy that Trent has. So Bruce and I decided, okay, let's take a chance with Trent for 90 days, see what happens. We listed it for the same amount of money, $1,299,000, and luckily within 36 hours, amazing actually, our house sold at $1,250,000, and we were really happy. When we were interviewing the buyers, they actually shared with us that they saw our house on the market last year, and they looked at the photographs that were on the MLS, but it didn't really tweak their interest, so they just passed it by. They didn't come up to see the house, and they don't live far away. They're only a few blocks away, but nevertheless, they turned it down. And then when they saw Trent's video, they were really excited, and they said, we got to have a look at this house. And they came up, and they were the ones who made the offer and bought the house. So we're really happy for both Claudia and her husband, and for us to have moved this house so quickly. So thank you, Trent. Job well done, very professional.
Next, I want to talk a little bit about how I do what I do, how I can get results other agents failed to get. I think that you'll agree that many agents do little more than put up a sign and post a bunch of pictures on the internet. And in my experience, the more pictures you have, the more possibility you might have that your home doesn't sell. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have photos, but what you put online is very important. People can pull up hundreds of listings on their computers these days on the internet. And most often, they're trying to weed out the ones that they don't want to see. So if you have 20 or more photos on the internet, there's a good chance that there's one reason or another that a potential buyer might not want to see your home. Even worse, a virtual tour that discloses absolutely everything about your home in a way that doesn't sell your home. You see, most virtual tour marketing is nothing more than a large group of photos put together with soft music. It's what I call disclosure marketing, and it can kill the sale of your home. So that's why I have an entirely different approach to my marketing. My videos are more like a movie trailer. Now just think about how a movie trailer gets you out to the ticket office. They show you a short clip of the movie, the absolute best part. Maybe it's the only good part. They may even throw in testimonials to sell you on going to see the movie. This is exactly what I do with my video marketing of homes. I'll quickly show the best parts of your home. Then I do close-ups on the finer details of your home, the details that really sell the value of your home. Things like the quality of your finishing, the extra money you spent on the landscaping. You see, if we don't tell people enough about your home, buyers then start to qualify your home by square footage. Kind of like ground beef by the pound. But we want people to focus on the value that you're offering. In fact, we want to tell buyers why your home is the best buy in the area, why it's the best value. I might even show comparable sales in your area, how your home is better value. Remember, this is a sales presentation for your home. And your home doesn't need to be a show home for this kind of marketing to work. Here's a perfect example of a home I sold with 3 competing offers. The owner didn't know what to do. The home needed a lot of work and it wasn't selling. Welcome to 234 2211 19th Street Northeast. This 3-bedroom unit is 1,037 square feet. Few townhouse condominiums offer a nice view of the park, especially at this price. You can watch your kids play right from your living room window. The location of this property is right here, and as you can see, it's surrounded by parks. You could just scoot out here on 19th Street with your bicycle and ride all the way to work if you work downtown. And you'll notice that the parks are all around this. The property is close to downtown too, and you'll notice that 16th Avenue is just off 19th Street and close to Deerfoot. Very quick commute to work. 234 is an exceptional buy, as currently there's 2 other properties available that are much higher in price. Priced at $199.9. As we can see, it is renovated and it's rather nice, but we believe at our price at $149.9 that it's an excellent deal and there's lots of room for someone to make some money. For just about $20,000 in renovations, you could have a property that looked just like this one. And as you can see, the square footage is actually smaller than our unit at 234. Currently there's 2 units for sale. This one at number 395, it's also a little bit smaller than our unit. In the same complex, done in nice hardwood. It wouldn't take very much at all to replace the kitchen in this unit and do a little bit of work, and you'd have a great unit. With the going rate of these properties being close to $200,000, our property at 234 at a price of $149.9 is an exceptional purchase. As you can see here, the property needs a little bit of TLC, but it's got a huge kitchen. And just look at the view you've got. The living room is large as well. This unit has a full unfinished basement, and just look at these new railings. The building has been upgraded as well. Here's an example of a home that was on the market 2 years with another agent. Welcome to 90 Aspen Ridge Way Southwest. The first thing you'll notice when you approach the home is the $67,000 they spent on the exterior finishing. Just look at this custom masonry. You'll always know who's at your door with this video entry system. When owning an estate home such as this one, the entry should be grand, and this one's vaulted with a solid cherry curved door and unique architecture. And when your guests look down to take off their shoes, they'll notice this custom slate tile inlay. All of the doors in this home are solid 8-foot cherry doors. In the front of the home, you've got this large office. Included is this built-in cherry desk and cabinets. On the main floor, this is one of the larger half bathrooms that you'll see. This is a custom-built home by Keith Anderson, owner and manager of Deca Design. The climate in this home is very comfortable with 2 air conditioning units and 2 air return systems. In a home this big, you wouldn't want extension cords everywhere. The in-floor plug-ins are conveniently located. Often overlooked, this home has amazing windows and architecture. The home feels like a grand hall with a 12-foot 9-inch ceilings. And it's cozy with this real wood-burning fireplace, oversized with natural stone and cherry mantle. And lighting the fire is a snap with the gas log lighter. There was $65,000 spent on the millwork to finish this kitchen, and you'll notice that all of the cabinets don't have the same facing for that unique look, all solid cherry. There was $27,410 spent on Mealy appliances in this home. This double wall oven includes a warming drawer. They thought of every little convenience here, including this bread box and large pot drawers right under the stove where you want them. Both sinks in the home have carburetors, and those carburetors have this neat little switch built right into the counter. Evidence of the elaborate millwork is everywhere. Just look at this ceiling. See who's knocking at your door right from your kitchen. The countertop depth Sub-Zero refrigerator blends right into the cabinetry. No problem to find a step to get to your upper cabinets when you need to find something. Custom drawer with custom steps. This home features a unique granite from a quarry in Brazil. Stepping just outside the kitchen, you'll notice this beautiful patio with 10 mil glass railings. No top rail in this portion keeps the sight lines clean. Never worry about your awnings and the wind. There's wind sensors on these, and they pull in when the wind comes up. This home has lighting everywhere. 2 vacuum flow systems make this home very easy to clean. This home is really well designed architecturally. You'll notice that these railings are spaced away with a space in the deck to allow the south sun to come in to the basement windows. The rear deck is a nice place to sit on a warm, rainy day. This home is private, with reserved land behind that will never be built on and a view of the mountains. You'll never draw the blinds. The third fireplace in this home is right in the master bedroom. It's a gas fireplace and low maintenance. You can turn all the lights on the home right from your bedside. $4,000 was spent on custom cabinetry in the walk-in closet. More of that Brazilian granite on the tub surround. Over $8,000 was spent on the custom millwork in the ensuite bath. This $3,500 programmable air tub has color therapy as well. Relax at the end of a cold, hard day in a steam shower. There's plenty of room on the main floor for guests. They spent almost $8,000 on the custom millwork and cabinetry in the laundry room for your convenience. The triple drive-through garage is huge, with even enough room for a ramp for wheelchair access, right out of the rain. Going downstairs, an open tread, cherry, solid staircase. Entertaining in the basement, you've got a full-on wet bar with refrigerator, dishwasher, and microwave, all wired for your home theater system. And again, downstairs is bright, just like the upstairs level, with these $65,000 worth of windows everywhere, coffered ceilings, and access to an outdoor patio. Just off the back basement door is a walk-in closet. This is way better than a shed. Sound throughout the home is also included in the exterior speakers. These were $100 a piece. 2 large bedrooms in the basement, one with its own ensuite. All rooms in this house have comfortable heat with hydronic in-floor heating on both levels, water softener, 2 complete vacuum flow systems, and all kitchens have reverse osmosis water taps on each sink. The Bang & Olufsen power management system can record your patterns of when you turn lights on and off, when you dim them, everything, so that you can save this pattern and then replay it so you never need to remember to turn on a light. This system is integrated throughout the home. It controls the water fountains outside, the lighting for the fountains, the fountain motors, when it turns on. Everything can be monitored and programmed the way you want. It can also optimize for power savings as well. All of this sits on this spectacular location with this great view. Close into the city, Aspen's very convenient. There was over $95,000 spent on landscaping here by ongoing works. There's a brand new irrigation system as well. With one of the largest lots in the subdivision, this home sits in the perfect location, backing onto the green space in Aspen Reserve, and with the view of the mountains. It's an unbeatable combination. If you like this property and you'd like to book a showing, call us today at 403-862-9610. This is just 2 examples, but in 13 years of marketing homes, I've got hundreds of examples of turnaround situations. High and low-end homes, fixer-uppers, show homes. I've marketed a home just like yours. So call me today for a low-pressure interview to discuss the sale of your home.